A rich man see the future in a woman, and we could build them up. But a woman already feels when they got money that they already built up, and they wouldn't want to build us up. You feel me? They feel like they're better than us when they have money. We're broke, we're all this when they got money, but when it's the other way around, they want us to pay for their bills and help them financially be stable and everything. You know?
Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. I found what he said to be extremely interesting. It seems that most women, when they get money, they become more difficult to be in a relationship with. Here's a 40-year-old career woman who just can't seem to figure out why she's not in a relationship or married.
I was often embarrassed about being over the age of 40 and not married. I mean, I often felt like a failure. Like, why can't I figure this out? This thing that so many people do. Why couldn't I figure it out?
You said, wait a minute. I'm a professional woman. And you're a failure.
So what exactly are you embarrassed about? Who was the cause of your past relationships not working out? Them or you? Hey, if you did your best and they were the problem, why would you be embarrassed?
And I also worried about what other people would think, worrying that they would say, oh, she must be crazy, or oh, she must be really picky. I'm just terrified by it.
She must be picky. Interesting that she used that word. Now, of course, you're supposed to be picky when you're talking about a mate for life. However, there's a such thing as being too picky. He has to have the same education that she has or higher. He has to make the same amount of money she makes or more. He has to be 6 feet tall or taller. You know how some of them have those standards that have absolutely nothing to do with what makes a relationship work. You think she's one of them?
During my 20s and most of my 30s, I was focused on my career. Relationships were not a priority.
And that's why you're single. A relationship wasn't a priority until now. Don't you find it interesting how women from other races can get their degrees and their career while having a meaningful relationship that leads to marriage? But certain women can't seem to be able to do it. I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers.
But at the end of my 30s, I'll never forget kind of having panic attacks, thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done with my life? How could I have let all this time go by and not have figured out the relationship thing?
You already told us it wasn't a priority. Now here's the funny part. Men are the simplest creatures in the world to figure out. We say what we mean, and we mean what we say.
And what they actually mean.
When you ask a guy what's on his mind or what he's thinking about and he says nothing,
Like they're actually thinking about nothing.
I guess they have the ability to do that.
When a guy says, I'm fine,
he actually means he's fine.
like he could not be more fine.
When a guy says he doesn't want to be in a relationship,
He means he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Some of us have to learn that the hard way. When you ask a guy where he wants to eat and he's like, anywhere, I don't care.
like he means he doesn't care. Like, not that he doesn't care about where you eat, he just like doesn't have a preference.
Yeah.
I feel like guys are more chill than we think.
Yeah, they're just like simple. Say what they mean what they say.
Right. Our girl brain sometimes doesn't understand.
I've tried to do things to help. I've frozen my eggs and I'm online dating and doing all that.
She said, I'm doing things to help. I've frozen my eggs and I'm doing online dating. How the hell is that helping her learn how to be in a relationship?
I woke up one day and I realized that I'm not married yet because I haven't met him. I haven't found him yet.
So you haven't figured out relationships, but you focus on your career and you accomplished that. Now you're saying it's because you haven't found him yet. Am I the only one that's seeing a problem here? You just said you haven't figured out relationships yet, which means that you don't know how to pair bond with a man. So even if you find the right man, you're still gonna find a way to f it up. By the way, this is an educated woman. What the hell is wrong with you?
And realizing that my path is my own. My path is not someone else's, that my journey is my own, has been so helpful for me.
You're absolutely right. The path is your own. The path to keeping you single.
It's time and it's right. It will happen. So for all of you over the age of 40 and you haven't found the one yet, hang in there. Hang in there.
This woman made a video and told us absolutely nothing about what she's learned about how relationships work. She didn't say she read a book, she's following some type of manual, or that she's following biblical principles. Nothing at all. All she's done is froze her eggs and going on a dating site. Now she's trying to convince herself on social media by making a video telling other women to hang in there. And she did it all to the end with a smile. I want to end this video with something that I noticed, that it tends to be a trend with the career-oriented women here in Western society. They can study everything they need to know from the rooter to the tutor to become a mechanic, to become a pilot, to become a nurse, to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, to become a chief of police, to become a firefighter, hell, even to become an astronaut. but they rarely take the time out to study what it takes to be able to learn how to pair bond with a man in a relationship or a marriage. And then when they do try to learn, the majority of them find out that they have to do some work on themselves. You know, make some improvements, and that's when everything starts falling apart. Simply because they want the man to do all the adjusting to them, but they don't want to do all the adjusting to the man. Which is a perfect case of, I'm gonna study my behind off to get the bag. But when it comes down to a relationship, where are the men that'll accept me for me? Because I'm not willing to do any of the studying or any of the work to improve on myself so that I may obtain the man of my dreams. After seeing video after video after video, you would think these women would learn by now. But hey, if this is the road they want to travel, let them travel it. So yeah, you hang in there. Good luck.
No, what you are is an educated fool, because who in their right mind would decide that they want to go against the very nature of a woman and the reason why God put us on this earth?
Alrighty, so somebody say, while women are getting their education and starting their own businesses, what is the excuse now? That literally answers your question. So while y'all getting y'all education and turning your back on your man because you think you're better, that's exactly what black women did. They wash their hands with the men so that they can have a personal advancement because they seen an opportunity.
You said, wait a minute. I'm a professional woman.
And that's what women like you do, and that's the problem, and that's what we need to be talking about. How none of this stuff, that education, that business, is nothing if you don't have a husband to share it with. It's absolutely nothing if you don't have a family to build with.
And you're a failure. Don't tell me nothing about your profession. You're a failure if you can't keep a man.
This money that we're chasing, these dream houses, these dream cars, and all this stuff of the world, it's nothing if you're alone and lonely, sleeping around man after man, and worthless. It means nothing. You rather just point the finger, dust your feet, and walk away. That's selfish. Selfish, and that's what's wrong with the black community. The woman being selfish. You prove my point every time. Keep showing it up.
No profession can make you happy.
But at the end of my 30s, I'll never forget kind of having panic attacks, thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done with my life? How could I have let all this time go by and not have figured out the relationship thing?
No profession, call yourself whatever the hell you want to. If there ain't a man in your life to make you happy, your profession can never do for you what God made man to do for you.
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.